Myself Vivek. Welcome to our channel. Please like, share and comment my video. Please subscribe my video, friends. Yesterday we have learned that about the geological background and the basic introduction about the India relief features and what is the location of India, overall these. And also at the end of this, at the end of yesterday's video, at the end of the yesterday video, I said the 6 major division of relief features. What are they? Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, the Indian Peninsula, coastal plains, the desert and the islands. These 6 are the relief features of India. So today we know about today I am saying about the Himalayas clearly and briefly about the Himalayas. What are Himalayas? The Himalayas are situated northeast direction in India. The Himalayas are situated northeast direction of India, and these Himalayas are arc in shape. The shape of the Himalayas is arc in shape. And the distance of Himalayas is 2400 kilometers. The total distance of Himalayas are 2400 kilometers. There are 3 parallel ranges of Himalayas. What are they? Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. And these parallel ranges are divided with deep valleys and extensive plateaus. Valley is nothing but basin. The deep basins and the extensive large scale upland. These are the Himalayan parallel ranges are divided with these deep valleys and the extensive plateaus. Now let us coming into the Himadri. First one is Himadri, the northernmost range of the Himalayas. The northernmost range of the Himalayas is nothing but Himadri. South of Himadri, the south of Himadri is Himachal. The southernmost range of the Himalayas are Shivalik. These are the definitions of this. Listen carefully once again. The northernmost range of Himadri, the northernmost range of Himalayas are known as Himadri, are also called as Greater Himalayas. South of the Greater Himalayas is known as Himachal. South of the Greater Himalayas is known as Himachal, are also called as Lesser Himalayas. Lesser Himalayas. The total southernmost range of Himalayas nothing but Shivalik. These also called as Outer Himalayas. Outer Himalayas. This is the basic introduction about the Himalayas. The elevation of height of Himadri from mean sea level is nothing but 6100 meter. The elevation of the Himadri from mean sea level is 6100 meters. Now let's look into the Himadri about briefly. The famous Himalayas in Himadri are Mount Everest, Karakoram, Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi, etc. These are the some of the Himalayas mountains in the Himadri range. Now this Himadri is completely composed with ice and snow. This total composed with this Himadri is total composed with ice and snow and glaciers. Ice and snow nothing but the glacier. This is very important term. What is a glacier? Actually, what is mean by glacier? Nothing but the movement of mass of ice is known as glacier. The movement of mass of ice is known as glacier. By the glaciers are the source for perennial rivers. One more term that is called as perennial rivers. Perennial rivers. What are perennial rivers? The rivers which flow throughout the year. Throughout the year. The rivers which flow throughout the year is known as perennial rivers. For example, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus. These are the perennial rivers. Perennial rivers nothing but the rivers which flow continuously throughout the year without stopping. How this is possible? This is possible by the glacier. Glacier is nothing but the movement of mass of ice. When the mass melts, it flow continuously water. So this is known as perennial rivers. So this is the introduction and the topic what we given in the textbook is Himadri. Now next we shall discuss about Himachal. What is Himachal? What is Himachal? The south of the greater Himalayas. The south of the Himadri. That is nothing but Himachal. And this Himachal is totally composed with rocks and total uneven surface. Total uneven surface. But the Himadri is composed with ice and snow. That the Himachal is composed with rocks and uneven surfaces. Some of the important ranges in Himalayas are Mahabharata and Pirpanjal. These come for multiple choice questions. You have to remember, or otherwise one mark question also. What are the important ranges in Lesser Himalayas, or what are the important ranges in Himachal? So what are the important ranges? Mahabharata and Pirpanjal are the important ranges. So some of the famous valleys also there in the Himachal. What are the famous valleys? And in Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmiri Hills, and in Himachal Pradesh, Kangra and Kullu. These are the important famous valleys in the Himachal. And some of the famous hill stations also there. Whenever hill stations nothing but at the upper surface, it is very cold even in summers. Cold even in summer. They are nothing but hill station. So many tourists visits this place, hill station. Some of the famous hill stations in Lesser Himalayas are Shimla, Ranikhet, Nainital and Mussoorie. Now, these total hill stations are covered with evergreen forest. Total forest only. Total green trees. Okay, next we shall go to the Shivaliks. Shivaliks nothing but outer Himalayas. Shivaliks, nothing but the outer Himalayas. The southernmost range of the Himalayas is known as outer Himalayas, or nothing but the Shivaliks. And the average elevation of Shivaliks from sea level is 900 to 1100. 900 to 1100 meters. I have already told at the beginning of this video. And these Shivaliks have different names in different regions. The Shivaliks have different names in different regions. Let us see, in Jammu and Kashmir, the Shivaliks are known as Jammu Hills. These names have different regions and different names. In Jammu and Kashmir, they are called as Jammu Hills. Which hills are called Jammu Hill? Shivaliks are called as Jammu Hills in Jammu and Kashmir. Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh and Kachar Hills in Assam. Means these have different types of names in different regions. Okay. Whatever the valley nothing but, I already said, Loyalu. The valleys between Himachal and Shivalik. This is the position of India. One, two, three, and whatever the valley between Himachal and Shivalik, are called duns. And there are famous duns like Dehradun, Kotli Dun and Patni Dun. Okay, this is whatever the topic given in the textbook about Shivaliks. I hope you understood this topic about the Himalayas. Now let us learn about the important term Purvanchal. Till now we discussed about the Himalayas. What are Himalayas? Himalayas are stretched over north to east direction, and they are in the shape of arc, and the distance of Himalayas is 2400 kilometers, and the Himalayas are divided into three ranges, three parallel ranges, that is nothing but Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. The Himadri is composed with ice and snow. The average elevation is, first we have what is the definition of Himadri, what is the average elevation of Himadri, by what it is composed, and what are the major mountains in the Himadri region. These are the four questions in any part, like but Himachal, Himadri or Shivaliks. Himadri, what is the definition of Himadri? What are the major important ranges or famous hill stations? That all. In Shivaliks, we have learned that what were Shivaliks called in Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir nothing but Jammu Hills. In Assam, Kachar Hills. In Arunachal Pradesh, Mishmi Hills. Okay, let us learn what is Purvanchal. Purvanchal. What is Purvanchal? Purvanchal is made up of sedimentary rocks, and Purvanchal regionally it is known as Patkai, Khasi, Naga, Manipur and Mizo. In Nagaland they are called Naga Hills, Manipuri they are called Manipur Hill, and Mizoram they are called Mizo Hills. Like this Purvanchal. Actually what is meant by Purvanchal? Let us see now. The eastern boundary of Brahmaputra, the eastern boundary of Himalaya. These are the Himalayas. These are the Himalayas. This is western part, central part and eastern part. The eastern part of Himalayas, the eastern part of Himalayas is known as, here one Brahmaputra valley is there. Eastern part of Himalayas, Brahmaputra valley is there, and the tributary of Brahmaputra valley is Dihang valley. The tributary of Brahmaputra valley is Dihang valley. Beyond Dihang valley, where is Dihang valley located? Dihang valley located in Arunachal Pradesh. Beyond Dihang valley, where it is in Arunachal Pradesh, take a hairpin bend. Take a hairpin bend like this. Take a hairpin bend and moves towards east. Here take a hairpin bend and moves towards east. Nothing but the northeastern states. Northeast Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, like this. These are nothing but the Purvanchal, and Purvanchal regional it is known as Patkai, Khasi, Manipuri Hills, Mizo Hills, Naga Hills, etc. So till now we discussed about total clear, I think you have a clear idea about Himalayas, what are Himalayas. Now next we shall discuss how Himalayas are helpful to the Indian climate. How Himalayas are helpful to the Indian climate. How Himalayas are helpful to the Indian climate? Let us see now. How Indian climate is influenced by Himalayas? I think it is 4-mark question. It is 4 marks question. It is very important question. In March 2017, I think it is came for 4 marks question. How Indian climate is influenced by Himalayas? First of all, is Indian climate influenced by Himalayas? Yes, definitely. Indian climate is influenced by Himalayas. It plays a very important role in India. Himalayas plays, these are the Himalayas, it plays a very important role in India. How it plays a very important role? From the Eurasia, this is India, from Eurasia the cold winds arises and it acts like a barrier. It acts, whenever the cold winds come to India, the Himalayas acts like a barrier. First point, it's very important. Writing point, yes. First point, yes, Indian climate is influenced by Himalayas. It plays a very important role and it acts like a barrier. It acts like a barrier. Barrier nothing but అడ్డుగోడ లాగా ప్రవర్తిస్తుంది అది. these Himalayas are protecting from cold winds, water coming from the Eurasia. And second one, by the Himalayas only, in summer also we are getting some rains. By the sources of Himalayas only, by the Himalayas whatever the rain gathered here is called perennial rivers. I already said what are perennial rivers. The rivers which flow continuously throughout the year is known as perennial rivers. The Himalayas are the sources for perennial rivers. If there are no perennial rivers, India would become dry. If perennial rivers are not there, India became dry. And next one, they acts as the fruit cultivation. Himalayas plays a very important role in fruit cultivation. How Himalayas plays a very important role in fruit cultivation? By the Himalayas, perennial rivers are formed. By the perennial rivers, rains are coming. By the rains, but the fruit cultivation is better. Fourth one, fruit cultivation. And these Himalayas are very important for tourism. From other foreign countries like America, China, any countries from foreign countries, if they visit us, I already said in lesser Himalayas there are 4 famous hill stations: Shimla, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, Nainital. These are the 4 important hill stations. Whenever the foreigners visit these hill stations, we get economy. The India gets economy. In this always the Himalayas are very important to the India. Without Himalayas, India is not there. Himalayas plays an important role in India, and Indian climate is also influenced by the Himalayas. Okay, I think it is enough for today. What we have learned today, only Himalayas, but clearly I think you understand very clearly. And if you have any doubt, keep in the comment section. Thank you.